So today was a very special day. My midwife delivered her thousandth baby, and so she's delivered many of the children in our community. So we all got together and threw her a big party out in a beautiful property owned by one of my friends. And she's a vegan, so we had like a beautiful table laid out with colorful, amazing vegetables and just yummy, healthy food. And it was really, really fun just to see all the little lives and families that she has so blessed with her faithful service. And just how neat, like all these women that I don't even, I mean, I know some of them, but I didn't know several of them, and got to meet so many of new women that I'm connected to because we have all used this amazing midwife. While we were there, we had some good conversations. You know, some of the women and some of the stuff that I heard about that's just been on my mind since, this morning. Just good stuff. A lot of these women are like-minded in how they're raising their children, protecting them. A lot of them are homeschoolers, so they're just really careful and cautious on where their kids are, what they do, who they're with, what they're watching, what they're hearing, all that stuff. Our responsibility as parents to protect our children. They're just really intentional about those things, and I just love being around moms like that because it's really good for me to learn from them and just hear how they've gone about harder, situations like youth group and sleepovers and just things like that kids want to do and you may not necessarily want them to do for whatever, various reasons. And one of them was sharing with me some of the, and just to throw out there, youth group isn't bad. I don't know. I think youth group can very easily become not what church is needing to be, and so I'd much rather church be a place where my children are with me, sitting under good teaching and learning, or in a good, solid Sunday school class where they're being taught the Word of God and not, given an excuse to flirt and be ridiculous with other kids their age with very little accountability and not very high expectations. That doesn't mean youth group, period, is bad. There may be some great youth groups out there. We don't have youth group in our church. We may need to one day because the kids are growing up fast. But right now we don't because we don't need it yet. We will cross that bridge when we get there, and I don't know. And then as far as sleeping over goes, we don't do sleepovers. We never will let anyone, we will never let our kids sleep over anyone's house. Reasons? Sexual predators. I don't care, I can sound over the top and extreme and overprotective, but I'm sorry. It is always who you least expect, and even if you love and trust and feel like you know somebody extremely well, listen to all the stories, It's always someone that you never would have thought. So to not make it personal, I just say no sleepovers, period. That's just the way it is. My kids don't know what that is yet, nor do they care, nor do they even know it's an option to ask, can I sleep over someone's house? But one day they will, and one day they'll ask, and one day they will understand that no is the answer and will always be the answer. People might get to sleep over here one day. I don't know. We will cross that bridge when we get there too. So just two examples, but there's many, many, many more. I don't feel ready to let my kids go somewhere yet and just spend, the whole day without me. I know my kids. I know what they might, follow, what they might do, given the opportunity without me there to correct them and guide them. And I don't think they're ready for me to just let them go to Vacation Bible School from 8 to 12, 5 days, in a row without me there. My kids are not ready for that. Maybe in a year or two, maybe not. We will see who they are and what their characters are shaping out to be at that point, and whether or not I will trust them to go off on their own and be without me. We will see. I'm not saying this is the way it is. I'm saying this is the way it is in our house, with our kids, with our parenting. that's just us, you know? So, all that to say, we were talking about how as our children grow up, you have to like increase the freedom, you know, that you give them, but still very discerningly, discernfully, and carefully and wisely, and of course protecting them and letting them see and hear what you're protecting them from. Not like full throttle or anything, but also giving them the opportunity to fail now, because whew, later the failures are way bigger. You know, we don't need them to be 25 and get into the most crazy situations. Let's let them get into 7-year-old situations and train them now, you know, at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, versus 15, 16, 17, and they're making huge, enormous mistakes. So stuff like that was being talked about, and it was good to just listen and learn and just think on. And then also this cool philosophy from the Pearls was brought up, that whenever you take something away from your kids, like when you say no to something, that like sleeping over, let's just say that like 5 of their friends are all having this slumber party, and obviously you're gonna, like, I'm gonna say no, you can't go over and stay. They're gonna probably feel like they're missing out on something huge, and that could really cause resentment and bitterness, and, you know, provoke my child and maybe cause him to rebel. But a way to help in that is to replace, like if you're gonna say no to something that the child is gonna feel like they're missing out on, replace it with something that they're going to be so excited about. So let's just say there's a bunch of boys having a sleepover, and they ask if my son can, and if we say no, then we can say no, we can't do that, but you know, this day let's invite all those guys over and let's have a crazy water gun, water balloon, slip and slide party in the front yard. We'll order pizza, I'll make cupcakes, and make it, you know, like, I can't do that, but I can do this awesome thing, you know? And so it's not like no to everything. And that was just cool to hear, like, yeah, good idea, you know? Because I definitely don't want to be like no to everything, but I also am not going to say yes to everything. And so just saving them from the possible road of resentment that we can't do anything, you know? And then just how important it is to provide for them a strong social circle, which I totally agree. I mean, I do that already without even putting much thought into it. Like, I do put thought into it, obviously. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it.